Hey everyone, welcome back. Thank you as always for joining us. This is Miguel Antonio Barragan, aka Fight Fiend Migs, joined as always by host Andrew, don't get it twisted, Lapachet, and this is the Mad Box or Mad Boxing for joining us on this slightly less, I should say, slightly cooler Wednesday evening. 101, 102, right? Still reach that here in Vegas, but we're getting into those months where things starting to cool down a little bit. It ain't so god in my room. I do work in my room. This is kind of my office, so I have a computer. I have I have my laptop, so it gets a little toasty in here. So it when it starts to get too hot outside, things get a little too hot in here. So finally, things are starting to cool off, and it is my apologies that we weren't able to get a show out for you guys on Sunday. Sometimes our schedules get the better of us, and we were a little tied up. But we didn't want to go a full week without giving you guys some sort of content because, hey, even though there aren't many fights going on in August, there's still news and there's still stuff we got to talk about, and there's still things that we have opinions on that we're gonna voice them by all means. So we appreciate you guys' patience, of course, and thank you for that for joining us because we have quite a few things to talk about here. We're gonna be definitely briefly talking about Canelo Crawford. Of course, we are rapidly approaching the time frame, so we're going to talk about that, but very briefly because we are going to have multiple shows between now and then we'll definitely talk about it in more detail in those. We got some Chavez Jr. news that we definitely want to talk about, right? Maybe he's in better hands than we thought. We talked some top rank news because we've heard some stuff. As a matter of fact, I heard some Reddit a few weeks ago and I forgot to mention it. Damn it. Me, so I needed to include this because it's kind of important. So some top ranked news amongst a couple of fight announcements and one particular fighter going the Devin Haney route outside of the ring that we will talk about towards the very end. But before we get into all of those stories and give our juicy opinions on them, Andrew, what's going on, dude? How you doing?
Hey, what's up, Miguel? Nothing much. Just got off of work, got home. It's still hot over here. It's still reaching 100 probably. And that's hot for us. I know Vegas, you guys get a little bit extreme heat out there more than we do over here in Northern Cali, but 100 degrees, still fucking hot, and we're still hitting that. So
any specific Labor Day activities did you do this weekend? Because it says Labor Day weekend we just passed, a nice 3-day weekend, or did they keep the freaking whip on you? Like, no, you don't get a 3-day weekend food. You fucking work on Monday.
Oh no. We stood home.
Nice.
It was Giovanni's birthday, so we took Giovanni out. Yeah, it was his birthday on Saturday, so we took him out this weekend.
So what is that? The 31st? Then is that the 31st?
Yeah, 30th, 31st.
Yeah. What do you guys do? Chuck E. Cheese?
Yeah. Hey, pretty smart.
Damn, shit.
For the longest
Chuck E. Cheese birthday shit.
For the longest time, for like months, bro, he was like, "Oh, Dad, you gotta take me to Chinatown. You gotta take me to Chinatown." So, Miguel, I'm like looking up shit to look for in Chinatown, right? Bruce Lee statue, murals, anything that do something, right? He likes, what are they called? Dumplings. Okay. Looked up something like that to go eat. Morning comes, I don't want to go.
Oh.
And we tried like talking him back in. We're like, wait a minute now, because we had to have that come down. Yeah, he's lucky I didn't have any reservations, bro. His ass would have been going to Chinatown. Don't tell me Chinatown for months and then the morning of. Months, dude. Months. Just for in the morning. He was like so worried about Chuck E. Cheese, and we kept telling him, we're like, dude, we're going to Chuck E. Cheese. Relax on the Chuck E. Cheese thing. But he was stuck in his ways on that day. So it made it a little bit cheaper for me. Didn't have to take him all the way into the city. But yeah, that's what we did. And I know I'm missing something else. I'll remember it. But yeah, it's just very, very slow weekend. Stood home. It was very hot. So kids don't even like to go outside when it's too hot. You know what I mean? There's like nothing to do out there. What we should have done was hit the damn road. Should have took off to the mountains or did something. You know what I mean? But stood around, got hot, got lazy, stood inside the house. AC.
Hey, I don't blame you. It's a 3-day weekend. It's like, fuck it, why not? Here, anytime you go anywhere, it's hot as fuck. So it doesn't matter when. And then of course this weekend will be in Labor Day. It was a lot of people here. So I'm like, yeah, let me for as much as they say like, oh, Vegas is dying, Vegas is dying. Yeah, I'm sure there are some holidays where ain't nobody comes, but fuck, Labor Day, you best believe people showed up. So it was hella busy downtown and on the strip. So definitely stayed away from that. But I did the exact same thing. I stayed indoors, stayed in my AC. Holy hell, was it friggin' dude, it was like windy as hell this last weekend. It was bad. As a matter of fact, it like sprinkled yesterday. It was just like stuff blowing all over the damn place. And I know yesterday was the weekend, but still, it's just like throughout the weekend, it starts, it stops. It rains just enough to dirty the hell out of my cars,
Yeah.
and then it drives up, piss me the fuck off. This damn Vegas weather that never makes up its damn mind. Okay, so as if you guys need one, we are a little under 2 weeks away from what is, I guess, could be considered the biggest boxing event of the year. Andrew, do you think so? I think it's kind of considered, I mean, yeah, we had that great card in May, right? But this is kind of it, huh? This is like the best or the biggest card of the year, I would say. Canelo Crawford in a couple of weeks, I should say.
Miguel, I don't know, man. Are we talking viewerships, or are we talking just because we like the two fighters? So there are, we're fans of the guys that are fighting. Because when we're looking at viewerships, you guys, there's only one fight that stands out. It sucks.
Yeah. No, well, yeah,
it sucks.
What about this stuff like, more for us fans, not so much casual fans, but although casual fans will be involved, for us at least, would it be the biggest fight of the biggest boxing event, I guess?
If you want to keep it small, yes. For the diehards, this is our Super Bowl. For the casuals, for the fans that we're trying to tap into, we're hoping that it reaches Mike Tyson, Jake Paul levels, right, of 40 plus million homes. That's what we're hoping for. So yeah, it is definitely. I'm just fucking around, you guys. You know that. Let me wake up here. But
yeah, let the coffee kick in a little bit. Yeah,
definitely the Super Bowl here. We're gonna see, man. There's a lot of questions. Look, I've been back and forth on this fight. That's why I want to hold off until Wednesday till I give my final prediction. But some days I'm confident that Canelo is just too big. Then some days I'm thinking about all the 12-round decisions that I kept telling you guys Canelo was gonna. You know what I mean? Like that's just what he is now. You know what I'm saying? Like, and is there enough wiggle room for Terrence to outpoint him? So it's going to be a hell of a fight. It's going to be a hell of a fight. It sucks for Canelo because honestly, he will never get the respect that he should if he is to win this. For Terrence, it shoots him immediately to generational legend all time. So
it's a big legacy.
Yeah, definitely cements, if not just gives it a boost that Terrence never seen coming. This would be a huge boost. Miguel, I mean, for what he's stepping up and taking on, it is Leonard. It's Leonard versus Hagler and then some, right? Hagler was a bad man, probably the baddest on the planet when Leonard steps up to take him. Controversial decision. It was a close decision, but he still won. So we can't take away from that fight, but Terrence will be Terrence and Canelo is very close to Leonard and Hagler as far as defeat if the little man is to go up and defeat the bigger guy. I guess then we would have to start getting nitpicky and going, well, who did it more decisively? You know what I'm saying? And there's room for Terrence there. Not too many people thought Leonard won. I did, because I knew boxing, how they score. I thought Hagler he let him pepper him too much. All those little, and I don't want to call him pit pat shots because I know Leonard still hits. He's still, he's still a legend. Shoe shine, yeah. There you go.
We're definitely going to be going more into detail in a couple of weeks because I do also have the odds here. If you can fucking see that shit, I don't know if you can pull it up, but doesn't give me like the bets, right? So I had to go down to the for it, but get an updated one because this is the most recent one as of right now. So we're definitely have prior to it, of course, that we're going to go into more details in addition to our predictions, of course, because I've been going back and forth and we're going to be talking about it, of course, but just a heads up, as of right now, or at least as of this weekend, that I was at the Westgate, which used to be Hilton, Terrence Crawford at plus 145, Canelo Alvarez at minus 165. That may or may not change between now and fight time, but I will have the most up-to-date numbers by the time that comes around. But we will definitely have something, some sort of a countdown show, as we call it, a go-home show before the big fight. But we're under 2 weeks away. We've been, I know August has been kind of a dry month for us, so we're like salivating, like, God damn it, all right, let's just get to that damn middle, 13th of September, so we can see what the hell's going on with this fight. But definitely looking forward to it. But yes, we are within 2 weeks away from that. All righty. Real quick, is my internet cutting in and out? Am I blotchy as fuck right now or no?
Yes, you are.
Damn it, the hell.
And what's weird, bro, is it happened like immediately when we hit record. Like the whole, 10 minutes or whatever of us just going back and forth, perfectly fine. Nothing's wrong. Hit record. Like, what the hell's going on? So
I think we got a good stride there. We're good. It looks like it's going very well. So we're gonna get crack-a-lacking with this. You may or may not have heard, but when Chavez Jr. has been released from detainment, prison, jail, wherever the hell they have been keeping him, because apparently he's gonna go to trial, right? There's gonna be some sort of trial, and the judge decided, well, let's not leave him in jail this entire time between now and when the trial actually starts. So he's going to be basically let out, and well, I should say already has been. If you guys have seen the videos online of him reuniting with his pops, him hitting, kind of being out, he's a free man. The judge decides to let him get away scot-free. He's something in there that he's for what that actually yet, of course, because we've heard stories about this and that. I've even heard like quotes or read quotes from his lawyer saying like some of these charges are like bogus. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about, but he seems to be very confident that he's going to be able to get his client off here. But until that trial starts, Chavez Jr. is a free man. What do you think about that, Andrew?
I think Mexico hit an all-time low this week and where they're at as far as government and cartels working together. They've already sentenced Chavez Jr. He's been sentenced to probation, bro.
Oh, is that? Oh, but so then what's the trial then? Because it says according to this right here,
and that's what they're asking. That's what they're saying. So why are we going to trial if we already know what you're going to give them? The president had no answer when she was asked, "How do you have probation already as a sentence and the trial hasn't even happened?" She just kind of threw her hands in the air and went, "Well, the judge, that's what he, I don't know." And then just got quiet.
I don't know.
It's really bad. It's bad. Look, is Chavez out of the clear? Probably, right? It looks like it. Does it mean these were bogus charges? No, Miguel. When you have the feds or federales watching you for 3 years, I can almost guarantee you nothing was bogus.
According to his lawyer, this is what he's saying, right? He's saying he described the claims against his client as and urban legends. How he described it.
Like I said, for 3 years, I don't know if they would be wasting that much money on urban legends. Let's just say that the Chavez family still holds a lot of weight within one cartel fraction in Mexico, and that's what's pulling this power around right now. But you can miss me with the 3-year investigation was all just rumors and speculation. And go look at the president. The president was asked if she wanted help. She refused the help. Then later that week, 16 bodies were found in a van in one of the resort areas of Mexico. The next day, 6 bodies are hanging from a bridge, all decapitated. They said those bodies were left there for hours because they were doing an investigation. So tourists were just like, wow, look, their bodies are still up there. That all time it's they've got to have a breaking point at some point. But until then, their sports athletes will be linked, their singers will be linked, their politicians will be linked. Looks like a no-win situation over there. You definitely, they're going to have somebody from within do it, or you're going to have America come in and handle it, right? Because we got no ties. There are no ties. We would just come in and handle business, right? Who are the bad guys? Show us where the bad guys are, and we'll take bad guys out. Right now, it seems like over there in Mexico, everyone's godfather is connected to some cartel member. The babysitter, the godfather, the tia, the mayor, the president, like everybody's connected, bro. You know how Mexican families are? It's like one big ass family over there, bro.
Mm.
So it's very sad what happened in the Chavez Jr.'s life and in this case, because it shows no hope for the people that look at that influencer. They just found.
I know, right?
What is that? The 5th influencer this year?
Yeah, well, I know 2 right off bat, and I think they were both chicks actually. It was one lady who was like gunned down in front of like a restaurant or something, and then this one with like the family found.
They've gotten a few men too. They've gotten a few men too.
Yeah, I heard about that.
And they killed their kids. 7 years old and 10 years old, wrapped up in plastic. Who does this? And who doesn't want help from people that do this?
Yeah. I want that help. That's pretty sus. That's pretty sus.
You know, to bring a lighter issue to this subject, I thought it was kind of corny for Chavez and his dad to meet up at a boxing gym. Like, you guys don't have a fucking house. Does everything have to be boxing, Miguel? Like, no, don't go home. Go to the gym.
Yeah. Like, you know where he'll be. He won't be home. He'll be at the gym. Sure.
Chavez Sr. just sits at the gym all day.
All right. He'll get there at 8 in the morning and she's like, where the fuck is this? He comes in, walking in.
Your dad's watching reruns of Meldrick Taylor at the gym. Go there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, put on some clothes and don't be eating, don't walk in there in your fucking boxers eating cereal like you did on fucking 24/7. Like, pretend that you fucking matter. Pretend that this is important to you. Go to the gym. See what he says there. And then, of course, they have to record the reuniting right there. And I've done it inside the damn boxing ring. But they had
it just seemed a little corny.
Guys. Oh, yeah. I mean, what else were they going to do? I mean, didn't they used to have like a show, or am I tripping? Did they have like a reality TV show? Maybe I'm thinking about somebody else. I thought
I know the Vargases had a reality show. I don't know, but maybe over in Mexico they did. I don't watch too much Mexican television. Chavez easily could have had one over there, but I don't remember one being aired in America. No.
So just a quick quote from this article that I found on ESPN in regards to Chavez being released. Released after the judge in the northern Mexican city of Hermosillo said he wouldn't have to remain in custody while awaiting trial, but that he was prohibited. A federal agent told the Associated Press on condition of anonymity because he was not authorized to speak publicly. The judge also set a 3-month period for further investigation into the case. So he gets let go, at least temporarily, or probably off the hook at this point. It doesn't look like he's going to be, besides, probation, right? We said talk about that. Besides that, it's like he's kind of in the clear. Yeah, so much for, I know we were kind of like dark on it a few weeks ago, hearing about him being in shit. He's probably in there, he's gonna be his ass when he goes in there. Well, clearly not. It looks like Home Dude kind of got, everybody's connected, right? Like, well, I guess this lawyer must be good, the money must be good, whatever fucking payday came from the Jake Paul fight must be enough to get his ass out of here. Because if what we're saying is accurate in regards to his probation, he's pretty much off the hook at this point, right?
And actually, I just sent it to you right now. I just sent you the clip of the president. Maybe you can watch it and see something that I'm missing there. But what's more alarming to me is her body language in this video. She seems to have no answers right now. She probably wasn't briefed on the Chavez situation. Is just kind of like, well, let me get that phone call when I go to the back room, and then I'll come back and tell you guys what was told to me. But that's what's most alarming on this is this lady was really brought out as this she was going to change things,
the
right?
savior. That's how it is every single time. It's like a new president's like, oh, it's the savior now.
Yeah, when she said no to Trump, they try to flip it like, oh, look, she said no to him because she's powerful and Mexico's on the rise. Now, months later, we're like, damn, cartel's owner.
Yeah. No kidding, huh? Yeah, it was this. Well, I guess good news for Chavez Jr. We're not gonna, find him, at least not anytime soon, in any one of these circumstances. Hopefully, not ever. But I'm sure he. I don't know how he's gonna be now that he's out. Like, wouldn't there be a target on his head at this point? Like, he was. If they didn't get him while he was inside, now that he's out, like, wouldn't there be a target on his head?
And see that's the catchy point about this, right? That's the we don't know if Chavez was released because they couldn't get to him in there, so they told the judge, hey, we need him on the street, or if it's vice versa, and El Chapo, which I don't think holds the same power that he once does, was able just to get his charges released. That Chavez has to be pretty nervous, right, as he's walking around Mexico if he doesn't have that true answer. Because at a time where Mexico's at right now, where we have this power change that's happening with El Chapo, El Mayo, and Chapo's son, I believe all just flipped within this year. That's a lot of exchange of power, right? We got new guys coming in. So Chavez is going to have to see who takes over the power. Do they like him? Are they with El Chapo? Or are they not? Do they whack him just because? And remember in the mafia, when this happened, people got killed just because. When you watch all those documentaries, you see all those hitmen go, man, I didn't want to take that guy out. But, he knew a little bit too much, so they just told me to do it. So I did it. Will he be on that list, right? Where he's not powerful enough to keep around and he knows too much, so let's erase it. Right?
Yeah.
We're going to learn that here in the next few months. And I don't know if it's a good thing or sad thing. Obviously, Miguel, if the charges were true and he was running around with the cartel and beating up people that were hanging from hooks and this shit, no, I don't want this guy on the street. No, this is not a good day for boxing that Chavez Jr. is mixed in with the cartels, gets caught with all these charges, gets sent over to Mexico just so they can laugh at us and then put him back on the street. El Chapo escaped those prisons how many times?
Yeah, through all these tunnels and whatever the fuck. Yeah.
One of them was a fucking tunnel that had a fucking cart in it.
Yeah, and like, an AC or something.
Electricity, lights. Come on, you guys.
Power somehow. Is there a power
wake up, you guys.
Yeah.
They weren't filming that side of the prison like Epstein's motherfucking camera went out for those few seconds, right? Oh yeah, we don't know what happened to that.
It's like, what happened to this 2 minutes right here? No, they might have just glitched or something. I don't know.
Every night, 2 minutes erase.
Yeah, and it's like it's the same 2 minutes every night. Well, that's so strange. It's like 8:02 every single time. Oh Lord! But there's some news, right? Because as we mentioned, August is a bit of a dry month in regards to in-ring action. But here's one that I actually kind of forgot, and this is my bad because when I saw this, I was like, let me take a screenshot of this. But apparently, it seems as though we now know where Top Rank will land. That's crazy, right? And I know, like, and I haven't gotten a lot of people. I mean, I haven't heard it too many times from a lot of people, but I'm not hearing a lot of other media or news outlets, like boxing news outlets, talk about it yet. But apparently, starting 2026, Top Rank will be with Starz. Yeah, that's a weird one. And if you guys aren't familiar with it, it's literally Starz, right? Like Starz, that streaming service or the premium channel or the premium whatever the fuck you call it network that has movies. That's pretty much what it is. I have the Latino package on my Dish network, and every so often they'll give us Starz for a month for free or whatever the fuck, just because. Well, according to Rick Glazer, this is a quote from one of his tweets. So here it is. Top Rank has landed a deal with premium cable channel Starz. 11 boxing shows a year. Okay. 1 million per show. All right. And Top Rank will retain the foreign rights. I don't know yet how many years it's for. It's a start to regrouping for Top Rank after losing the ESPN deal. But layoffs will be imminent, as that deal cannot sustain Top Rank's current overhead. Great to have Starz get involved in boxing. So, starting 2026, Top Rank on Starz, according to Rick Glazer here, $1 million per show and 11 boxing shows per year. So, roughly one a month. 1 month we'll get two. But it's a start. Yeah, it isn't what it was before, and definitely not what Top Rank was even with ESPN, where they have multiple shows a month. But again, it's just a start, considering where they were recently and the kind of limbo that they were in recently. This is a pretty good news, I got to say. I don't know. I mean, I was kind of hoping they would land on a streaming service that I already had. I didn't want to have to go and get Starz per se, but because it is one of the lesser, and no knock on Starz, it is one of the lesser premium networks or premium channels. It's not Showtime, it's not HBO. I don't think it's as expensive to add it to your cable package. I don't know how it is with any of the streaming services, because I know you generally with Amazon Prime and some of the other streaming services, you can add it to that package. YouTube TV, even, you can add it to that, but I'm not sure how much it is there. I wouldn't think it's too much, quite frankly. Again, no knock on Starz, but it's a start for Top Rank, and some pretty good news, I would have to say. So what do you think of this, Andrew?
I'm calling bullshit before I comment on the signing. Look, I don't see it anywhere, but Rick Glazer started the rumor. A couple of websites picked up on it, and no main media seems to have announced this. Not a Rayfield, not a Coppinger, not a Kim, not even fucking Mario Lopez. Nobody cares about Top Rank signing a new deal. I don't know, man. I don't know. Look, I told you. Yeah, it's Starz, Miguel. Like, who the fuck's gonna watch that?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. I mean, it's not, again, no knock on them, but it's not exactly HBO or Showtime by any stretch.
Now, if the number is correct, I believe they got a raise, which everyone should actually be complimenting Bob Arum. They're saying they're making $77 million a year in this contract. I don't remember HBO giving us $77 million a year. Think about it.
Wait, hold on. What you're talking about on this? You're talking about?
Yeah, from one of the articles that I pulled up off Facebook.
Oh, okay.
They're saying it's $77 million a year Starz gave Top Rank. Yeah, I know. That's the face that I gave, because that's a raise for everybody on their stable.
Yeah, there would be no need for any sort of layoffs at this point. I think that's quite enough.
So unless that's $77 million for 5 years, well, then we have a problem, right? But it looks like I could have swore it said per year. Now I'm even questioning myself. Damn it. You look it up if you can to see if they have the numbers, because the fights that Top Rank put on ESPN were not huge paydays, right? These ESPN, I mean, Top Rank does a great job of getting fighters very young and building their careers and building great talent. I think that would be absolutely fine financially if it is the 77 million.
Oh, I saw this. Let me read this real quick.
All right.
All right. Boxing faces harsh reality check as Top Rank secures deal only 1% of the UFC's $7 billion. All right. Top Rank, a leading boxing promoter, has finalized a new broadcast deal with premium cable channels Starz. Loosely, let's use that term premium as a loose term. But anyway, valued at 77 million over an undisclosed term, securing 11 boxing shows annually at 1 million each, with Top Rank retaining foreign rights. Announced by boxing insider Rick Glazer on X on August 22nd, 2025. The deal marks a lifeline for Top Rank after ESPN ended their $80 million annual partnership in July 2025. However, the agreement just worth 1%. All right, that nobody gives a fuck about that. They're talking about how the differences between that and the UFC deal, whatever. But anyway, according to this, at least, yeah, valued at 77 million over an undisclosed term.
And I guess and that's what could be 5 years. That's when the deal doesn't sound that great, right? The undisclosed term. We need to know what the term is.
Hold on. Well, wait a second. I'm kind of confused because it says we should be able to calculate this. 77 million over an undisclosed term, securing 11 boxing shows annually at 1 million each. So 1 million each boxing show. If there's 11 in shows in a year, right? So that's 1 month without, right? Yeah. So that's what 11 times 7, 77.
It would be 11 divided into 7.
Oh, sorry, yeah. So I mean that would be it. No, 77. 1, 2, 3.
You're looking at like almost 6 years, bro.
Divided by, yeah. It's like roughly, it comes out to like 12 million a year. Wait, am I calculating that correctly? Fuck, math is.
You're looking at like 6 years, Miguel. Look, if it's 77 million and you're doing 11 million. Just round it, it'd be 7 years if it was 10 million, right? You're looking at almost 7 years because it was a million over. I just said 6. I'm just rounding off, but it's like a 6-year deal for 77 million. I'll give Top Rank that. So it's 11 million a year. They want 11 shows for $1 million each. You got it?
Yeah.
So with that being said, no, it's not the greatest. Excuse me. We talked about this, bro. With the UFC getting such a big deal, Top Rank's signing was never going to be that big, right?
Which is why I didn't even bother reading the rest. We kind of already discussed that part.
Well, there's a bunch of media members out there that have hard-ons for the UFC taking over everything. It's never happened. They just have a hard-on to say it, so they keep saying it even though it doesn't happen. It's never. But if you tell them, hey, why don't you get the UFC to pay the heavyweight champ to fight, then they shut the fuck up. They will, and they walk away. They don't want to hear that. Seriously, it's very old with the mixed martial arts media members. With that being said, yeah, I think that could potentially be why they're not announcing it. It's not really big news. It's more of like, is this the beginning of the end for Top Rank? You're on Starz. You're only making 11 million a year, right? Layoffs are coming.
Yeah,
with that contract, right? So maybe that's why it's not that big of news. Granted, though, you guys, nobody has really announced this except some dudes on social media. I like what's his name? What's our guy's name that we go to a lot? I like Glazer a lot, but he's also been telling me for 10 years that the PBC was going out of business.
Yeah,
and they're still here.
And they're still around. Yeah.
So I would like to see it from Coppinger, Kim, Rayfield, So what happened to Aioli? Is Aioli still around?
As I understand it, he is, but he's like really on the UFC's dick. Like he rides them
Oh
hard.
wow.
Like they give him some taxes to fucking everything. I think at some point they're gonna be like, all right, dude, it's enough. But that dude, like he's at a lot of the UFC, the major UFC cards. But he like rides them. I think he just, him like a couple of other MMA media guys that I will not name, but they ask the nice questions, the softball questions. They don't ask the tough ones
Of
because they don't
course.
want to get their shit, revoked. So he's doing the exact same thing. So he's kind of riding their dick pretty hard. But yeah, I mean, I still see him around quite frequently, actually.
All right. Well, you would like to see one of the guys that have a true inside connect, come out with the news that Top Rank did, in fact, sign this Starz deal. I do kind of think of the beginning of the end if it is confirmed that they signed.
Really though, but it's a lifeline.
Yes.
It's a lifeline. We still got, I mean, if
it's
this is
not a
going to be
lifeline.
no,
It's desperate. It's desperate.
well, it is, but
it's PBC on any of those stupid ass channels that they bought into that no one watched, bro. It was all those fights that we said, hey, you guys don't watch. I can't even find it on my fucking station, my TV guide. That's people don't know where Starz is, bro. Starz hasn't been popular since the 90s, bro. Starz was like a prospect that never became the champion. Who they are today, I have no fucking idea. But when Starz was at their peak, it was like a prospect that never crossed over. That's about as good as I can give Starz. So no, I think it's the beginning of the end for Top Rank if they in fact sign this mediocre deal to go to a mediocre station that gets absolutely no views. What is Starz played at? Retirement homes? Where are they playing Starz at all day?
I don't know. I think they're like free in hotel rooms. No, I don't.
Matter of fact, I'll get all three of my kids. I mean, my daughter, she's at her own house. But I'll get to my three other babies. I'll ask all of them, where's Starz? I bet you they don't know.
Well, okay, so here's the thing. We've talked about, Top Rank and, Bob Arum in particular, who was 92, 93 at this point. If this is a 7-year deal, like, he's going to expire before this fucking year deal does, right? I mean, presumably. So I don't think, I mean, is it really, is it the end? Is it like, all right, cool, this is my last hurrah? Bob Arum saying this, right? I can't do the Bob Arum voice, sorry. But, this is the last hurrah. At the very least, I'm going to put you guys on some sort of TV before I fucking, bail and get out of here. And it will be, we're talking 6-7 years, right? We'll say around there. At least they have that. No, is that not something? It seems like, is it, I mean, to put more credibility to what you're saying, if it be in the end, it's like, all right, get you guys, boom, after this, y'all fucked.
It very well could have been Bob Arum just setting up his own retirement plan, not really giving shit about anybody out. You know what I mean? This all could just be for him on his way out. Who really knows? What I can say though is in today's age where it seems like $1 billion is nothing, nobody wanted to match 11 million for Top Rank's product. Nobody. All of that content that we need out there, DAZN, Prime, Netflix, ESPN, Plus, all of these fucking apps that have 24-hour content thrown, 11 million, bro, and they said no. It's the beginning of the end.
Damn.
Beginning of the end.
I was hoping the story would not take that turn. God damn it. I'm like, all right, great news, Andrew. we got Top Rank back. Because, I mean, previously we were just like, wow, this is looking bad, right? I mean, they already announced that. As a matter of fact, this month and this weekend, I think, Oscar Valdez will be fighting in Mexico and Nogales. So I don't know where that's going to be aired, honestly. But we're like, fuck yeah, these guys are, Top Rank is still cranking out these cards, all right. I don't know where the hell we can watch them. But that looked like a good sign, right? And now we're like, okay. Afterwards, we're like, hold on,
Let me give you a piece of reality, bro, on both sides, too, because the UFC is in the same boat. They don't have a fighter on their roster that's going to make you pick up your phone and order Starz or pick up your remote and who? Emiliano Vargas? He fights on all the other cards. Who do they have that is straight Top Rank bound that we went to HBO to watch those fighters. They weren't. Oscar De La Hoya didn't fight on fucking USA Tuesday Night Fights. He didn't fight on ESPN. He didn't fight. He didn't fight on Showtime. These guys were HBO, and that's why we paid for it. Who's gonna make us pay for Shaquille O'Foster? We just heard he got announced on a PBC card.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Shaqy.
Yeah.
Shaqy Foster.
Shaqy
Yeah, he's gonna fight
Foster.
Stephen Fulton, I think.
Yeah. But you hear what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Vargas's kid is fighting on the Canelo Terrence Crawford card. Bob, you better stop letting that happen if you expect me to buy this Starz bullshit.
All right, fair enough. So that was one side of the argument, no?
Everybody keeps talking about the money is going to go up, right? We heard it with DAZN, right? His Excellency said $30, $50 maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I'm hearing for the new UFC deal? If you want all that content that they're providing, $119 a month, Miguel.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that's what one of the rumors is for Amazon's new Amazon Premium package that's going to have all that content attached to it. Probably the UFC library. I don't know. But
wait. Hold on. Amazon?
Or who did they sign with?
Paramount Plus.
Paramount
Okay.
Premium or whatever.
Oh,
it's going to go through the fucking roof.
Hell
Miguel,
no.
it's a $7 billion fucking deal. They got to raise the price somewhere. Somebody's got to make some money back. It's $7 billion. So, question to a sports fan base that for at least a decade now has been illegally streaming. Like I said, people, I don't know too many of you fucking MMA guys that actually buy these pay-per-views. You all watch the shit, but nobody's buying the shit. So you like it as long as it's for free. You're telling me you're now going to spend $120 a month? A month? You're going to spend $80 a month and go, oh no, you know, this little streaming guy, this little thing that was giving it to me for free, fuck him. Just going to get rid of that. And I'm going to take my money, Dana. Paramount might have a problem. You might have a problem. What the last guys had. The guys that gave this company $4 billion and couldn't get out of that hole and had to sell? Could be that. It could be that all over again. You can't raise the price on a fan base that don't fucking pay shit to watch your product. Top Rank is going to have that problem with Starz. They don't have a fighter right now that makes me want to spend the extra $7. I'm sorry. You know, especially in today's world, Miguel, where it's probably going to be on my phone for free.
Yeah.
They better. You know what? I will say that in this last UFC, it was very hard to get the shit on TikTok this last time. The one where the dude dry fucked that guy for 25 minutes. It was very hard to get that one. It seemed like they were doing a good job of blocking this time. So let's hope that's the future. It has to be the future because they'll never make their money back.
I don't think so. Because I mean, there's always something. There's always something that there's motherfuckers out there who are always hacking shit. We've seen it in the 90s with those black boxes. We're seeing it now here. Once those black boxes got away, we're like, oh shit, what's gonna happen? Nope. People are gonna figure out a way to hack this shit anyway. I highly doubt that's going away.
What we need to be worried about is how much Dana White and Zuckerberg were hanging around when they were doing all those president tours. They're really hanging around with each other. You know what they're talking about. It's your fucking platforms that is killing my business. Maybe they talk about legal actions being taken if you don't fix your shit, right? Because you can't just walk around like that, like you don't see what's going on your own platform. You're robbing the UFC, right?
You're robbing your partners, pretty much.
Yeah. So that's the only way it works for both. For Top Rank, they need an Oscar De La Hoya, and then you need to stop allowing him to fight on all these other cards. If Emiliano Vargas is truly the future of Chicano boxing, Mexican American boxing, I won't say Mexican because He's not full-blooded Mexican. I'm not one of those phonies. This young man's from Southern California. He's Mexican-American. If he's the new face of American boxing, then bring him to Starz. Tell Starz to put a shit ton of promotions behind him and let's roll with it. It's not Inoue. Inoue's not the star, right? It's not Richard Torres.
No.
It's not Foster.
Bruce Carrington.
Keyshawn Davis kind of fucked his shit off, right?
Yeah.
With his little stunt he pulled in his last fight. Hey, whatchamacallit? The guy's fighting Haney.
Oh, Brian Norman Jr.
Brian Norman Jr. If that's the face for American boxing, take him to Starz and don't let him go. Make Starz. At some point, somebody's got to turn into HBO, man. We can't have. We've tried all the platform things, dude. We tried the DAZN doing their own shit. Maybe HBO was still at the very end. PBC was buying just putting content everywhere. Let's not forget. The PDC put content fucking everywhere.
Yeah.
BT,
Fox, CBC,
Fox,
everything. Yeah.
It was on channels I didn't even know was even showing sports, dude. It didn't work. There was too much content. I started having people go, bro, like, when I watch NBA basketball or NFL football, there's like 4 stations. I already know them. I go to them. They're there. I'm not looking through my TV guide like, where's the Raiders playing today? Hey, where's the Niners playing today? And that's what the PBC and all these other fight organizations that branched out too much. It was too much content. There was too much out there. Not enough people to look for it. We need Netflix. We need Paramount. We need someone that go, you know what? There's money here. Let's invest and take over the whole thing. Rihad, we thought was going to be the savior to do that. As time goes, we're seeing that they might have too many growing pains to be that person right now. Let's hope that it all comes together and he's still willing to put in millions of dollars. Maybe then Rihad will turn into the HBO that we're looking for. But as of right now, does not look that way. So no, I think we're going to be in another bad place here with too many fights all over the board and not enough views. And eventually all those platforms will say, nope, you guys don't want to fight each other. Nope. You know that UFC, those guys, they fight. Whenever Dana says jump, they jump. You guys don't. Goodbye. Right?
Yeah. So what you're saying is that you won't get Starz. No.
Hey, as of right now, Miguel, there is no reason to get Starz. Because Top Rank signs doesn't mean I'm giving them my money. Starz needs to know that. You know what I'm saying? Like, Starz better have sat down with Bob and been like, all right, what's your future for us, though? What's your plan? Who's going to be the guy that's drawing the fucking people to come subscribe to our station? Because if he just gives them that list that he showed on ESPN.
I was like, Oscar Valdez? Yeah. Not like, no. Like, who the fuck? Poor guy. But, damn it, man. What a way to swat that down.
I know.
You're like, no, spike the shit out of that one.
Chavez Jr. now Top Rank. Can we get some positive energy today? Jesus.
All right. Let's get some positive energy. This next story, damn it, that's not that one. Shit. Talking about spreading themselves too thin. Fuck. Apparently, there's going to be 3 nights of fights this weekend with Canelo and Crawford. There's going to be a card on Thursday night. There isn't going to be anything on Friday night. Saturday night, of course, we have Canelo and Crawford. And then Sunday or early Sunday morning is Inoue. He's going to be fighting from Japan. So it looks like there's going to be that. And, we're talking about a couple of weeks ago. It's like, hey, is they going to do, kind of like the way they did back in May, right? With the Friday card in Times Square and then Canelo Skull on Saturday and then Inoue and where the fuck it was at the time on Sunday. And it turned out, there was 3, 5. Then we're talking about it a couple of weeks ago. And it's like, hold on, are they not doing it this time, or are they doing it? Well, it looks like they are doing it, but they're doing it on Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday. Let me see if I can pull this up here real quick. But apparently there's going to be some fights on, guys. Let me see where we're at here. So it's going to be on the what the fuck was it? Damn it. I had the screenshot here and I stepped away from it. But anyway, yes. Point is, there's gonna be 3 fucking fights, and I looked at the fight card on the fight on Thursday, and like I didn't recognize a lot of names, so I was like, "What the fuck?" I thought if they're gonna, at least do a 3 card that they're gonna air it right on Ring Magazine or the Riyadh season, there would be somewhere where we, some names that are recognizable. They didn't see any of that, so that kind of like I was a little concerned about that. But let me see if I can pull this shit up here. But kind of sucks how they're gonna go. And is it weird that they're doing it like Thursday, no Friday, then Saturday, Sunday?
Yeah, I guess the weigh-ins on Friday, maybe they're gonna be too busy with that. I'm sure they're gonna have some big kind of thing for the weigh-ins going on where it might take half the day, knowing how these guys set up their events. What I don't like, Miguel, is that we're less than 2 weeks away, and I have not seen one boxing person, casual, insider, anyone on my feed post about the undercard of any of the 3 days. They're not even posting about the undercard of the main event that night on Saturday.
No, I'm not seeing that either. Yeah.
You remember in May when we had those fights in New York? It was like one of the most talked about cards I'd ever seen. Mm-hmm. There was 4 fights. Everyone fucking had one fight they wanted to see, maybe 2. You guys put together a 3-day fight card, and the only thing people are still talking about is the main event. You probably wasted your money. Just gonna say that.
Yeah, of the Saturday card. Damn it, I thought I took a screenshot of it. I took a screenshot of something else, but I was trying to pull it up here. But basically, yeah, if you guys take a look at the fights that are going to take place on Thursday, there's not a lot of recognizable names, man. So when I saw that shit, I was like, are you fucking serious? So like, what's the point of this? But yeah, that's I'm still searching for it as we speak here, and I'm going to find it.
At some point, Miguel, it's got to be the TKO business, right? We were told Dana White was taking care of the undercard. So all those no names have to be the guys that are stepping into that, what is it called? Pay bracket, right? They're going to make 25 grand or 10, what is it? I forget what they were, but then a few $1,000s, right? To get this thing started. The names can't be recognizable. Nobody with the recognizable name is fighting for fucking pennies. So we will watch this TKO project experiment take place. We'll see how it goes. But no, I think it was a waste of money to do it on this fight card. I think he would have done better if he would have kept the May card for an event like this. Like if you would have put Ryan Garcia on a third, like if you're really trying to create noise, you need people that are going to create noise, right? And Crawford and Canelo should have been enough to sell the ticket, you guys. For whatever reason, they wanted to bring a 3-day event in. I think you need guys that are going to make just enough noise as them. So Devin Haney maybe on a Thursday night, Inoue on a Sunday night, and a fucking Ryan on. The main events would be hard. All the undercards would have been Dana White level. And I think they would have done better if they would have pulled off something like that than what they're going with, where I don't see it making any noise at all. I don't even see the MMA side. Like, we've seen the young man, and he's not a young man anymore, Tony Ferguson. Got his name right.
Yeah, Kukui. Yeah.
He won this weekend in a boxing exhibition, whatever you want to say. He fought some celebrity guy, but he won. Dana, what are you doing? Right? This guy would, I don't know Ferguson's story, but they were acting like he hasn't won in a long time.
Yeah. He was on the downside. Like he was on a 12-fight win streak in the UFC. And unfortunately, he didn't get a chance to fight. He was the interim champion. He didn't get a fight for the title for a number of different reasons. It was always somebody gets injured and he doesn't fight for it anyway. Point is, he ends up fighting Justin Gaethje. Gaethje whoops the shit out of his ass, and it's all downhill. It's like 6 straight fucking fights or years of just like no wins. And then eventually leaves the UFC, right? Kind of sort of retires, and then fights this salt puppy guy in the fucking boxing. And even that, the referee stepped in a little too early.
The ref had money on him.
Exactly. So even then, that's how. And then and I feel for him, but the way he was celebrating, like he just won a championship, like bro. take it easy. Act like you've been here before, homie. He's over here like about to power up like he's the ultimate warrior in this bitch. I'm like, yo, relax.
He knows that Jake Paul money's coming, baby. Yeah. Come on now. Come on, Miguel.
He hears it coming, right?
The celebration was about that. It had nothing to do with Poppy on the ropes, dude. He was like, Jake is going to call me. He's going to fucking do it. And Jake, that's the first thing he thought of, bro. Come on. That's right down his avenue. Dude's old as shit, UFC guy, blah, blah, blah. So, no, I think smaller. Yeah, I think he was extremely happy because of the check that's going to come. But with that being said, those are the kind of storylines that Dana White needs to bring some eyeballs to your new baby. Because I'm going to tell you right now, I don't think boxing is that interested in his company because of the payouts. People that follow boxing are not naive to the bullshit that Dana White's trying to do. Even the guys that are in boxing, right? We've seen many fighters, ex-fighters, trainers, even the fucking cut man. What is his name? He came out against it like
Stitch Duran.
There you go. He even came out and was like, "You guys are dumb if you're gonna go with this." Like, what the fuck, Dana? Nobody likes you, bro. You guys do something good, but your fighters, your cutmen, your trainers, they all seem to dislike you when they leave this place. I don't think they're gonna buy in. So Dana needs a story. Dude, Ferguson probably would have been perfect for the Canelo Crawford fight week. Right.
Yeah. I found the card. So if you remember, it was supposed to have been a real big baby Miller, right? Anderson versus Miller. The steroid baby. So that was supposed to be that, and then Jared pulled out for his own reasons, and then in comes Michael Hunter, and then he gets cock blocked, I guess. In comes Don King, and his cease and desist letter says, you're not fighting on September 11th. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And then that fight gets removed entirely. So I pull up the card here. It's going to be on DAZN, by the way. Anthony Olasquaga versus Juan Carlos Camacho Rivera. 12 rounds for the first guy's WBO flyweight title. All right. 112 pounders. Justin Valoria, I wonder, any relation to Hawaiian Punch? Versus Joshafat Ortiz. Again, no names. Jaleel Hackett versus Elijah Vines. And these are all, 8 rounds, 10 rounds. So that one's a 12. The main event is 12 rounder. 6 rounds. Emiliano Alvarado versus Juan Garcia. So on and so on.
What I want to know is, are these the sparring guys? You remember Dana White?
In that show?
He put on some kind of sparring event and said that the winners of those things were going to get shots.
But wouldn't it be too because they were throwing down, like, there was a lot of bad news about that, right? People getting fucked up and like getting like suspended and shit like that. And like, no, you're not fighting this damn fast if even if you won the fight. So anyway, I don't know. I mean, that was the point of it, right? As my understanding is, you win, you put on a good performance, you win, you get a spot on this fight week card or something like that.
Wasn't that in May? They did that with the Ryan Gar. I thought that brawl in New York was attached to that May card, so they should have had time to at least clear their, all their medical reasons. So I think some of these guys might be from that, and I wasn't too impressed with the sparring matches that they were putting on that day. One of their highlights was legit a punch to the back of the head. That was what went viral the most.
Yes. And in regards to Canelo's, I know, again, we're going to talk about it in a couple of weeks, but undercard there, Callum Walsh, the guy that I was telling you that the UFC Fight Pass was hyping up, versus Fernando Vargas Jr. That's going to be the co-main event. 10 rounds.
He said,
I mean, junior middleweights, 10 rounds, no titles. All right, I guess it's top heavy, huh? Christian Mbili versus Lester Martinez. I've seen the Lester Martinez name. I know who Mbili is. And then Boa Chuck is on the undercard as well, on a couple of fights below that. That's pretty much it. And then, of course, we have Sunday or early Sunday morning with Naoya Inoue against MJ. I can never pronounce his name, but that would be a fun fight to watch early in the morning from Japan. But so that 3-day card with 2 names, and that's pretty much it, huh?
Yeah, and look, they're stretching with Emiliano. I know the young man's made some noise in the boxing world. He's pretty known. So,
this one's Fernando. This one is Junior.
Oh shit! It's not Emiliano.
Yeah,
It's Fernando.
No. Yeah, it's Fernando Jr. Emiliano is the top rank over here.
Obviously, Fernando's known too, but he's not as big as his brother. So maybe they put his brother on the poster with. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just fucking playing. Yeah, no, it's a hard damn, dude. So it's Fernando Vargas. Wow. Yeah, it's a hard sell, man. It really is. It's I think it's a lot of. We've talked about His Excellency doing this already. He invests too much money in some of these cards. He doesn't have to. You know, the whole Eminem for $10 million on a Terrence Crawford card, didn't need it. Eminem didn't bring anything to that show. There was no one like, oh, I really wanted to see Terrence, but then when Eminem got signed, I brought front row seats. There was none of that going on. So, and this is going to be another one where just seems like a lot of headaches for a lot of people. Now, His Excellency and the other guy, they'll be fine.
Yeah. They won't lose any sleep at all.
Exactly.
You can rest assured that. Oh lordy. All right. So
I can almost guarantee you, Allegiant Stadium will look empty as fuck until the main event card starts. Guaranteed.
You think they're going to start discounting the tickets anytime soon?
They should. If it hasn't sold out, you know what? Matter of fact, Miguel, it hasn't sold out, huh?
Not that I've heard. No. 70,000 or how many people you can fit in that motherfucker? I doubt they sold that.
Wow.
Especially with those $15,000 fucking seats. Yeah, I doubt
$700 third deck.
Yeah, precisely. So I highly doubt it, and I haven't heard it anywhere. So maybe I haven't. It actually has happened, and I'm unaware of it. But I think that is something that
we would have.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. We would have heard something like that. I'm pretty sure with news like that, that's something that would be all over the media, major like boxing media websites.
It's possible they're having major trouble selling these tickets. We haven't heard shit on these tickets. We haven't even heard about the high rollers. You know what I'm saying? Like the movie stars, or have they even sold those tickets out? Yeah, it's weird because we are a week away now.
Yeah, well, a little under 2 weeks, but
on Wednesday, let's go to the website and start checking tickets.
All right.
Yeah.
A week from today.
Yep.
You get yourself a date. All right. So now some good news. Now, the kind of stuff we want to hear, right? It turns out that we're going to get pretty solid lightweight fight coming in November, I believe it is. Yes, November. According to this Instagram post here, Raymond Muratalla will be defending his IBF lightweight championship against Floyd Schofield. That is going to be on DAZN. So no major pay-per-view or no other cards or anything like that, on DAZN, and it's going to happen in November. About damn time. This is going to be a good one. I'm excited for this one. According to this here, I'm going to read it real quick. With the ring reporting recent negotiations in place between Ray Muratalla and Kid Austin for November. Who y'all riding with is what this post says. But as I understand it, maybe it hasn't been fully signed yet, but they're negotiating and they're on the way there. I don't see why this fight wouldn't happen. So I'm looking forward to that one. I know that Muratalla became the IBF, interim champion before Lomachenko retired. So it was the understanding was that he was at some point going to unify with Lomachenko for Lomachenko's IBF belt, and then that was going to be it, right? We were going to get no more interim champs, at least in the lightweight divisions for the IBF. But after that, Lomachenko decided to retire, making or elevating Muratalla to full IBF lightweight champ. And this is going to be his first title defense against Floyd Schofield, coming off a thrilling ass whooping of Tevin Farmer. So this is pretty good. This one, when I saw this one, I was like, oh shit, please make it happen. And mind you, yes, they are probably still in the process of negotiations, so nothing has been signed, at least not that I've read, unless something has come up recently, which I probably missed it. But regardless, this is something that I'm definitely looking forward to. Good news, huh? At least, Andrew, please don't swat this one down.
Nah, yeah, no, definitely.
No, fuck this. Who the fuck?
No, 2 top 10 fighters, one elevated champ. He was interim, got elevated.
Yeah, because it was supposed to be Lomachenko. He was supposed to fight Loma, and then Loma decided to retire. So
okay,
give it up.
So belts on the line, both undefeated. No, for us, this is a great fight. For these young men, This is a real test right here, right? They're not going to make peak money, but this is a hard fight. Winner will move on. Loser's going to take a step back. Muratalla, isn't he kind of older? How old is he? 28. He's 28. That's not bad.
Okay, yeah,
that's not bad. He's damn there in his prime. So this is a big moment for him. Schofield's young. Schofield's coming off the big win. Yeah, it's an excellent fight. This is a main event on DAZN, you're saying?
Yes. Well, I don't know if it's going to be a main event. I assume it will be, but it's going to be on DAZN. At least it's scheduled for DAZN for November. So I have to assume it's going to be the main event. It's a title fight. 2 undefeated dudes too. On top of that.
Yeah, we're gonna have to push this one a lot. I'm gonna start pushing this one because this is a fight that won't get that many views if we just let it sit. Right.
Yeah, that one's good. And considering there's a lot of other fights not happening at 135 pounds, seeing something like this is pretty is promising.
Miguel's gone. He will be back. His video has left. Don't worry. He's coming back up. It's probably gonna go away right now. He's gonna hang up and then he got to connect back in. But we're almost at the end of the show anyways, guys. That was, I believe, the final story we're going to do today. Give them a few minutes. Let's see if we got any breaking news, huh? While Miguel's coming back on. Let's go for breaking news. Turn that off, turn that on. Garcia is set to return to the ring in October. I was doing breaking news, bro. Go ahead.
Oh, fantastic. Sorry about that. Apparently, I plugged in my laptop, right? And then the other side wasn't plugged into the wall. So, and I have an old laptop, so it doesn't even give me a warning like, hey, low battery. It's more like, hey, low battery. And fucking die. So, anyway, by all means, what did I interrupt? What were you talking about?
I was given a breaking news. Danny Garcia will fight again October 18th in Brooklyn.
Wow, no opponent named?
No opponent named, but should he take down all those posts where he talks about being hella rich and how he doesn't have to fight, and then if you invest your money right, you don't have to do this shit again, and blah 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 blah.
I think that would be a good idea if he dropped all those fucking posts. If he went back into each and every one of them and like delete.
Okay, buddy. Guess those investments didn't do too good, huh?
Right, yeah, those Danny Swift or DSG T-shirts or hats that thought were gonna fly off the shelves weren't working out.
Tony Montana clothing line. I mean, it was like, bro, what are we doing here? And his sister's music career that they're still trying to, and Danny is still their #1 fan. Like he's on. Hey, I know he pays for this shit, so they let him dance. He can do whatever he wants when he's paying for it. But yeah, it's just, I don't know. Might want to stop with the posts.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea, especially when you have to, come back. And like, what is he going to come back at middleweight? We saw how that last fight with Laura that looked like crap. Like a slight punch, and he's like, "All right, I'm done. I'm calling it quits here." Like, okay, buddy. It doesn't look like he really has it in it anymore. I don't know. Who the fuck they got to throw him in there?
Bro. This is
yeah. I mean, and they're not going to throw him in there with no fucking killer or something like that. So, yeah. But anyway, welcome back, Danny Garcia. I was in the process of talking about, Floyd Schofield and whatnot before my damn laptop decided to take a shit on me. But there was really nothing else I wanted to add to that, other than 2 undefeated guys going for, Muratalla's title. Defending his titles are going to be on DAZN. But anyway, yeah, I don't know if it's going to be the main event. I have to assume it's going to be the main event, but truthfully, I don't know. But it is a nice fight to add to November. Fuck yeah, like got something going on, right? Because after Canelo Crawford in September, it's going to die down a little bit. So seeing fights like this on DAZN is interesting, intriguing. So I'm happy that this fight's taking place here.
The Keith Thurman and Fundura press conference was this week. Did you check that out?
I saw bits and pieces of it, the clips, just like the highlights, right, that I saw on social media. I haven't seen the whole thing yet, but yeah, I did see that quick clip of Thurman hopping on like a fold-out chair or something like that to try to, stand on it and be taller than Fundora, which he was actually if he stood on it. But man, he really tried to sell it, huh? When it was his turn to get up on that, it's like, go ahead.
That's what I wanted to say. He didn't sound good this time, Miguel. I don't know. Did you catch the way he was slurring? I know Thurman kind of always had that lisp or whatever when he talked.
Yeah, he's got a lisp, yeah.
But it just sounds like it was a lot more
Really?
defining on this press. I was a little nervous for him. Like, I know he says he's never been knocked out, knocked down, and all that, but still doesn't mean headshots. And maybe that's a bad thing, right? Maybe that's a curse, is to never get hurt, right? So you're just walking through everything your whole life,
Yes. That's I've heard that too. It's like you don't want to be known as the guy who could take an ass whooping. It's like, yeah, you could take an ass whooping like a motherfucker. It's like, no, I don't think I want to be known as that guy because I don't go down, but my brain gets jarred quite a bit taking an ass whooping.
Yeah, the way he was talking, the way he was trying to put words together,
it kind of
wasn't coming together for him. And he even said it. He was like, "Don't worry, it's going to get better." And I think he said that because he was fumbling his own thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Like, he probably wasn't prepared. He tried to go up there and do it on the fly and was getting mixed up in what he was saying or some shit. But I was looking like, are these early signs? You know what I'm saying? Like, you might want to start thinking of that retirement that you once talked about fucking 5 years ago when he said he was done with the sport. Remember, Thurman was the weirdest dude, man. When he first won his belt, he was ready to retire. You know what I mean? I've done everything in boxing that can be done. I was like, bro, you got one title, dude. And I think it was a vacant title shot. What the fuck are you talking about? But he was always that guy, man. Fucking like, he
still is that guy. Yeah, if you hear him on the podium, he's like, "Yeah, this is gonna be a great fight between two greats." Like, two greats. Like, take it easy, homie. Yeah. Fundora's on his way there. I don't know where the fuck you think you are, but okay.
Fun dude was all. Yeah, I'd like to thank Al Heyman to put me in with one time he was good. He was pound for pound. It's like, oh fuck, at one time.
That one very brief time. That's gonna be his new name.
Like 7 years ago.
Yeah. On one of those random channels that PBC decided to put us on one of those. Thurman. Oh Lord. That's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. I'm looking forward to seeing it getting better.
I think Fundura gets him out of there. I think it might be the first time Thurman doesn't go the distance. It's just too freakish, man. This kid, he's got way too much leverage, too much height. I know he's been stopped, so the potential of him getting beat is there. I get it, but as he gets older and he gets better and he starts using his range and all that, yeah, it might get scary for everyone else in the 154 division, man. So definitely don't think Thurman is going to be the one that stops Fundura. I see actually the other way around.
Yeah, definitely, and we've seen the improvement in Fundura, especially in that rematch with Sue. In that first fight, he was getting tagged, and granted, it was maybe short notice, but he was getting hit, especially early on before the cut happened, and even then, his nose was busted as fuck. So he got a lot of shots. In his most recent fights, it seems as though he's taken less and less, and then this rematch with Sue that he barely took any shots. That's quite the improvement. So I don't know. Sue himself says that it's like, damn, it's hard to catch him. It's hard to deal with that kind of freakish advantages that height. I don't know how Thurman plans to do it, but God bless his soul. Bless his heart, bless his little heart. He's gonna go in there and do whatever the fuck he can because talking about retiring, this might be it. Keith, I'm sorry, I don't know, buddy, but this might be it because you might not go the full 12 rounds in that one.
All right.
But yes, I will definitely catch that the press conference because I saw bits and pieces of it on Instagram, and then I pulled it up here on my TV, so I'm going to catch it in its entirety. It's like a full hour actually, which is so kind of surprising because they're not normally that long. But definitely look forward to watching that. And moving on to more shitty news. This is kind of because we're not much news with this week. Apparently, it has been reported that one Lamont Jr. intends to sue Gervonta Tank Davis for the rematch that never materialized. As I understand it, there was, I should say, a rematch clause in their contract in the event that Gervonta lost. Well, in the record books, it looks like a draw to me. So by all accounts, no rematch is necessary, at least there. Now, definitely in our eyes, the rematch is necessary. We have to see a more definitive winner. But legally speaking, if the rematch clause says there's only a rematch if Gervonta loses, he didn't lose in the record books, so technically Gervonta really doesn't have to go for that rematch. Kind of sucks that he kind of lured him in a little bit because there were talks about it at the very beginning, and it's a real bitch move to like kind of string him along a little bit, and ultimately decide to go with this Jake Paul fight. But it looks like Lamont Roach might be going the Devin Haney route and trying to sue Gervonta Tank Davis. We've talked about it a few times already. We've urged Lamont Roach to just forget about Tank. The best way to get one over on him is to just have the boxing world forget about Tank, and the easiest way to do that is just to fucking move on, go fight Shakur, go fight somebody else. He even briefly said going up to 140 if need be. Hey, there's Teofimo there. There's plenty of guys that he can fight there if he decides to go that route. Please forget about Gervonta. Lamont, if you're listening, just forget about that motherfucker. It's just money wasted at this point. Don't do it. But c'est la vie. That's his life. Kind of sucks that he's going this direction, huh?
I think there's some lawyers making easy money off of boxers right now. Never understood why the game plan for Devin Haney was to sue over an assault in a boxing match. And I don't understand how you're going to try to sue a guy for a rematch that doesn't happen when the guy retired. Not he took another fight. He retired. Case closed. End of story. Done. What did they say? It's just done, right? Now, in that contract, and if you're right about he had to win, well, then there's another reason why.
I thought that's I could have sworn that was the only clause. It's a rematch. And
you're probably right.
As it usually is, right?
You're probably right.
The A side, if they lose, they get the rematch.
Yep, you're probably right on that. So there's a lot of reasons why he looks like a fool taking this lawsuit, right? And the bigger question is how much money are these lawyers getting putting in these bogus lawsuits into the court system just to get them thrown out, getting told, no, we're not doing it. Does he still have to pay the lawyer, or does that just go away?
I assume so. I mean, those are his services regardless, right? I mean,
That's
there's no,
crazy.
Especially at that level, this lawyer is going to have to be very, very good to be able to dig up something in order for him to have a case to begin with. That's not cheap. That's not free for sure.
We've seen a lot of other fighters. The biggest fighter, of course, is De La Hoya and Mayweather, right? They went through the whole rematch debacle. It never happened. Nobody got sued. Mayweather didn't lose money in his next fight. No, it's like, come on. If Floyd Mayweather can get away with it against Oscar fucking De La Hoya, I'm sorry, Lamont Roach. I don't think you have a fucking argument versus Tank Davis. You know what I mean? Floyd was able to get out of his contract. So, and the way he did it is he stood out. Whatever the contract expiration date is on that rematch clause, well, then that's how long he'll stay retired for, and we're done. So, look like clickbait to me.
Yeah, could be, and I sure hope so, because you've talked about this a few times. These guys they're just soft this generation, right? Like, this is the direction they're going to go. Really, I hope that this isn't true. I hope that it is just clickbait and nothing beyond that. There's no smoke or anything like that. No smoke to the fire by any stretch. And hopefully, this is just exactly that. It's just fake news and nothing on beyond that. But if it isn't, damn it, man. What is it with these fucking guys, man? Shit, like, why? Why do these guys have to be doing this shit if that is the case?
And not only that, our media has gotten soft. The media members are soft too. They're playing to the bullshit. That's why I sent you that Devin Haney reel where it said the porn star was a virgin. What was the other one? Someone was poor, then Devin's undefeated, right? Ha ha ha, Devin's undefeated. Right. Why would someone make fun of the guy that got cheated on? I don't understand that. Devin Haney didn't erase his record. The commission did because a guy tested dirty, and it doesn't matter why he tested dirty or how much he tested dirty by. And now all of a sudden we're all fucking scientists that know for a fact that the amount that Ryan had in his system did nothing to the fight. Come on, get out of here. The guy came
those are more like they're content creators. They're not really like media per se.
Well, I mean, it's a boxing.
Everybody, well, yeah, but everybody is their own podcast now. You know, everybody has a fucking mic in front of them, so it's just like they're gonna have their dumbass.
Well, my thing
opinions.
is, this is where I was gonna go with that.
Uh-huh.
You don't see a lot of reels. You don't see a lot of memes on Ryan's faults. You want to know why, Miguel? Because he's already pulled the "I'm soft." I got mental issues. So now everyone's like, oh, yeah, let's just make fun of Devin. Yeah, fuck Devin. Devin, has he said anything about his mental? Nope, fuck him. Fuck that guy. But Ryan, oh, no, leave him. Dude, Ryan, oh, you might make Ryan cry. He might end up in a fucking facility.
He might end up slitting his wrists.
He's the piece of shit here.
Yeah.
He really is. He's the one that ruined that whole fucking night. Yet it's like the boxing world. They give him the safe blanket because he's already pulled the I'm not all the way. What is it? I'm not strong upstairs. I'm not tough. Not mentally tough. Right? Words on the internet might fucking make me snap. We see De La Hoya makes them snap all the time. It starts with the media.
Devin isn't making it easier for himself, right? I mean, Devin isn't exactly making it easier for himself.
But that meme is bullshit.
Yeah,
Devin is undefeated because of what Ryan did to himself. Just like when De La Hoya got his, actually he already won the fight. Vargas, Jesus. But when that fight got turned over, you know what I'm saying? When we've seen these things get turned over because of dirty tests, you usually get the guy that got the dirty tests as he's the piece of shit. Not the winner, like, oh, what? Why? Why that? It wasn't his fault. Now, the lawsuit, clown him all you want about that. But about him being undefeated, Devin had nothing to do with that. That was all Ryan's fuck up. So it's just, and then I see too much of it on Devin. I don't see a lot on Ryan, and I know why. Because everyone doesn't want to get that title of being the bully on someone who's already proclaimed to be soft. So yeah. That's why I sent you that Devin Haney one. It kind of made me mad. I was like, dude, leave the fucking kid alone, man. He didn't do anything wrong that day. Matter of fact, he didn't do anything wrong that whole promotion. He acted professional. He acted like a champ. He came in on weight.
Yeah, exactly.
And we just totally act like, just like, fuck him, bitch.
But that's the thing, though. But that we're doing that because of shit like this. Because he's gonna try to sue him. It's like, dude. Again, he's not that in particular. When we're talking about his record, that's totally understandable. Yeah, I don't think that's legitimate. But then he does shit like this. Then he goes and he tries to say, you know, if this issue is legit with Lamont Roach, it's like, you're gonna go that route. You're gonna try to sue this motherfucker over that. Again, the Devin Haney one is totally different. But still, it's just like, he's not really helping his case if he looks the way he looks, right? He looked the way he looked in that fight, getting his ass fucking, tossed around, and then it ends up being that, Ryan ends up testing positive for something, and then he decides to take it to court. It's like, oh, damn it, really, dude? Like, you took the ass whooping, he didn't finish you. That in and of itself means something. Have that be your badge of pride or something, and not try to fucking take him to court outside. Hopefully, like I said, this Lamont Roach one is illegitimate because I don't even think he has a case to begin with. And I'm sure that lawyer is going to try to milk him for as much money as he possibly can to even try to develop a case, which I don't think he has to begin with. So, all right. Well, that is pretty much all we got today because, there's not really much going on, again, as we said. So, oh, great. And then right as I say that, the fucking cameras are tacked up. Jesus Christ. Man, I need some upgraded equipment. But if you guys can withstand my blurry face for the next few seconds, again, we will be next week. We'll be back next week to talk about any other news that develops. I'm going to try to go out and get the most recent updated odds for Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford, which I will have next week, which is next Wednesday, because we're going to have one more Wednesday show before the fight. And then, of course, we're going to have our predictions. That specific fight, we're going to talk about the odds. We're going to talk about the predictions and all that good shit. So, Any last minute, anything you want to add to this, Andrew, before we call it a show?
No, sir. We are good.
All right, fantastic.
That was my fine. That was my send off. Was the Devin Haney thing.
Oh, gotcha. All right. Well, for my co-host, Andrew, don't get it twisted, Labouche, I am Miguel Antonio Barragan, a.k.a. Fight Fiend Migs, and this has been the Mad Boxing Show. We will see you guys next week. Take care. Peace.